the same. Somebody commented on Twitter last night, Rory MacDonald versus Robbie Lawler, and I'd love to see it. Now, I don't think Lawler could win that fight because, I guess this is a good segue into the next one, but Rory MacDonald is the next coming of GSP, and I don't understand why anyone doesn't see that. And to me, he's not an exciting fighter because what he did last night, and he made a comment, he goes, I was looking to finish, win. When you never made an attempt to finish that fight. You would hit back up and be elusive. And everyone's like, well, Jake Ellenberger didn't engage. Every time Jake Ellenberger tried to engage, Rory MacDonald backed up. Rory MacDonald used his reach, his speed, his quickness, and his technical ability to the best of his advantage, and he won the fight on points. He didn't win that shit on anything else.
He did. He outpoint, and I won't take away McDonald's skill set because he's phenomenal. He has an incredible jab. He has an incredible jab. And that's great. And
so does GSP.
I think what people, yes, GSP has one. That is not, Rory, you guys have to understand, we're not saying that Rory MacDonald's not a great fighter. He's a great fighter. We acknowledged that before the event. It's the way he fights, and he fights to win, and that's what you're trying to do because you're trying to get paid and you're trying to get a shot at the title and stuff like that. But I would like to see him fight GSP because they're very similar. I just think GSP would take him to the ground at wrestling. You saw Ellenberger, shoot in and do that. And I thought to myself, the one mistake that Jake Ellenberger did was he tried to load up and try to get that one punch to knock him out. I think his camp should have focused on him trying to just take him down. After the first round, when you saw he wasn't able to get inside and Rory was, establishing his jab, why not shoot in and take him down? I think if he had that one judge had him winning round 3, obviously. I think if he had taken him down a couple times in round 2 or either in round 1, he would have won the fight.
And see,
that would have proved everybody that,
Kevin said the same thing to me last night on the phone. But the one thing that was interesting, because in the prelims, you had one fighter take down another fighter, but not do any damage, and he had more takedowns. But he still ended up losing the fight, which in my opinion should be the way it should go. If I take you down and I don't do anything, or if I don't at least get you if I don't land any shots, and if I don't try to pull off a submission, I should that takedown was for nothing.
Right. No, I follow you. Yeah, absolutely. And, you could see that, when Ellenberger did take him down, he established his guard really well, and Ellenberger wasn't able to do a lot, and time was running out and stuff like this. But the bottom line is that if Ellenberger had taken him down, this is all hearsay. I mean, if he had taken him down in the earlier rounds and been able to control him on the ground, you would have had to give him the round to him because McDonald wasn't doing anything spectacular. He was
that first round was so anticlimactic with all the shit talking that these two monkeys did to come out and pull off a first 5 minutes like that. That was horrible, and that's on both of their fault. I mean, I understand shit talking is not in Rory MacDonald's thing, but to sit there and say that you're going to KO this guy and you're going to knock him out, dude, you didn't even come close.
No, he didn't, and I think one of the things people are like, oh, Ellenberger's engaged. Well, it's hard to, you've got to really get inside on a guy when it's that much difference, Right.
And when a guy's got his fucking transmission stuck in reverse.
Yeah. I will say this thing about Rory MacDonald, if he was ever to face, Robbie Lawler. He could take Robbie Lawler down and probably submit him because that's where Robbie Lawler does have a weakness sometimes. He's been submitted and everything else. He could try to sit there and hit him with that stiff jab, but the difference about Robbie Lawler and Jake Ellenberger is that Robbie Lawler will engage with you. Like if you're throwing that stiff jab, you better get that jab back quick because he is going to counter the fuck out of that. And he is a much taller man, a bigger stature. He will get in there and he's so big, he fights at middle all the time. So, I mean, you could see it might be a little bit of problem on the ground for, McDonald, if he had a little bit of problem with Ellenberger. So that could be a very interesting matchup.
Well, it's going to be interesting because they're sitting there saying the winner of this is going to face the Hendricks GSP. But let's be honest, McDonald is not going to fight GSP.
So they're saying the winner. So they've already said that McDonald's going to fight Lawler.
They said. Well, the thing was, it put him in line to get a title shot. I mean, if it's GSP, I'm sure he's not going to fight him because they fight out of the same gym. And you want to talk about a god-awful boring fight? Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. I think anybody who's followed Robbie Lawler in his career, it was excited to see him fight last night. I noticed that in Joe Rogan because it wasn't that he got the job done because you've seen Robbie Lawler get the job done. He's got heart. He's got power. But the thing is that his kicks and all the other dimensions of his MMA game look so great, so crisp, and I'd never seen that in him. So it
Right.
was surprising to me. And you're thinking, okay, he looks good at welterweight, and he hasn't fought at this weight, at least in a while. He could be scary as a fucking welterweight.
Right.
You know?
Now,
Him fighting Johnny Hendricks would be good.
Yeah, that would be a very short match.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It would be a great match.